1:50 p.m., broadcasting live from our studios in downtown Nashville. It's Monday, April 15th, 2024. Carmichael, all-star panelist, good friend. You know, it's that time of day again. It's time for News Potpourri.
Yes, Michael. It's that time of the program for the little tidbits that merit the attention of our audience, but not an entire segment and have a touch of
irony.
Yes. Michael, this is amazing. Boeing CEO, the one who is now leaving or who has left, I don't know if he's gone or about to be gone, was paid $32.8 million in 2023, a 45% increase over 2022.
And he presided over a debacle.
Absolute debacle.
A quality debacle.
Yeah.
And he got $32 million for it.
Got a $32 million.
What's wrong with this picture?
Yeah, exactly. At a 45% increase over the ridiculous amount he was paid in 2022.
I got one for you,
Please.
Crom. Democrat terrorists / Hamas sympathizers have shut down the Golden Gate Bridge and another bridge, I think the Bay Bridge in Oakland, between San Francisco and Oakland. How about that?
Just shut it completely.
Shut it down, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's live. They've apparently started removing them, but you know.
Now, by the way, that is supposed to be the left claims that's a peaceful constitutional protest. It's not.
Very dangerous.
It's very dangerous, but also it's not peaceful and it's not constitutional. This one is interesting because Joe Biden can't figure out why voters are upset with the economy. And this is the title of this is buying home and auto insurance is becoming impossible. In December, New Jersey approved auto rates increasing for Allstate, averaging 17%, and New York 15%. Regulators in California are allowing Allstate to boost automobile rates 30%, and they have not yet decided whether or not they're going to let Allstate increase homeowners insurance 40%.
Making it impossible for the average middle-class person to survive and save money.
Yeah, and at that same time, Michael, here's the headline: California is staring down the barrel of a yawning budget deficit. They are now. This is dated April 10th. Quoting here, the state is now expected to skyrocket. Their deficit will skyrocket beyond $73 billion in fiscal year 2024, and they're losing $24 billion in revenue from the previous year as people with money are moving out. But here's the quote, and this is from the John Morlack, a former California state senator and current director of the California Policy Centers for Public Accountability, says, quote, "The state can use a variety of budget tricks." Now, doesn't that sound a lot like what Donald Trump was hauled before the courts were in New York, even though in Trump's case there were no victims, but in California, the whole state is being victimized?
I've got one little concerning thing. So today, Monday, the Supreme Court met for oral arguments. Justice Clarence Thomas was not present, and they didn't explain why. So we're going to track that.
Yeah, please.
He's
do.
75 years old. He's
Please
the
do.
oldest member of the court.
Okay, please do. Classic board game dumbs down and to reboot to be more inclusive and less intimidating. Now, I never enjoyed Scrabble because I'm not very good. I'm not very good at spelling. But Scrabble is now dumbing it down so that even I might be able to play, but I still wouldn't want to.
Oh my goodness!
From Texas, headline: A campaign against school choice prompts criminal charges. Ken Paxton, who I think is one of the great attorney generals in the country, has discovered that a bunch of school districts in Texas, surprise, surprise, are using threats and intimidation to force school administrators and teachers to vote in favor of people for office who will oppose school choice and to give money to them. And they have threatened them with pay raises and being fired. That is against the law, and Ken Paxton is launching investigations, and hopefully, as we have discussed here many, many times, people who are doing bad things who work for the government need to be held to account.
Well, here's one for you. NPR. Did you see this? We talked about this last week. A 25-year-old veteran of NPR, now the business editor, a guy by the name of Yuri Berliner, put out a piece on Free Press which said, we're biased. We've been biased.
Right.
And, in the D.C. office, 87 are Democrats and 0 are Republicans. We missed that Hunter Biden thing. That was a mistake. And that Russian collusion thing, that was a hoax too. Now, this guy is a far left liberal, right? So he puts this out, and then the new president, who had been with Wikipedia before, or Wikimedia, Catherine Maher, she said, oh, his comments were very, very hurtful and disrespectful. Yeah, but they were honest.
Might have been honest, yeah.
And why is the federal government spending money on these left-wing lunatics at NPR?
Exactly.
We have competition here right now in Nashville from WPLN. They get some of their funding from the federal government.
Yep.
That's not exactly fair.
Here's a good one. Women's dance team booted from Seattle event for American flag shirts that other people there felt it was that they had been triggered, and that because of the American flag shirts that they felt unsafe.
Unsafe?
Yes.
Because what? What's unsafe about America?
That's a great question. Biden, this is from Western Journal. Biden, it turns out, has been having his legal bills paid by the DNC. Now, this is exactly what Biden was claiming was wrong about Trump. And so Biden was doing, and we're talking about $1.5 million. So we're not talking about a small amount of money.
Well, Democrats project upon their opponents the illegal activity in which they engage.
This one is interesting. Trial of Arizona rancher accused of killing an illegal immigrant takes an odd turn when the judge gets mad and storms out. The judge is saying this trial is going too slowly. I'm going to limit your cross-examinations to, wait for it, 5 minutes.
This is a state judge.
This is I suppose it's a state judge.
I think it's a state crime.
Yeah, it's
alleged.
And,
I mean, the rancher.
Yeah, the rancher
had somebody on his property and he shot him.
Illegal immigrant.
Allegedly
shot him. We don't know what the circumstances are, but we do know that the judge thinks that his idea of a speedy trial is
5 minutes for questions.
5 minutes for questions.
Oh boy, I got one for you. A bishop in Australia was stabbed during a church service, live streaming.
I saw that.
The articles that I read didn't say what the motivation was. I wonder what it was.
I have not. Well, I've not seen that, and I hope you keep it up on your radar.
We will. And that's it for News Potpourri today, Kron. This will be up on YouTube shortly, and we'll do this every day. Thanks for joining us today. Hey, up next, Stephen K. Bannon from 4 to 6. I'll be here tomorrow morning from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thanks for joining us.